Hello everybody, my name is Galvin Alonzo, and today I'm gonna talk to you about a movie we watched in class. Its name was Blended, protagonized by Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Adam Sandler as Jim and Drew Barrymore as Lauren. My first impression about this movie before I saw it was that it was going to be a terrible movie because it has Adam Sandler acting there, but at the end, it was a very good movie. It was a comedy with a lesson in life. The main topic of this movie was single parents raising their children, and it's actually a good topic to make a good comedy. As I was saying before, Jim was a single father that lived with his children, 3 girls, and he went through a lot of difficult moments because you know that man goes in trouble when we talk about doing women things. It's very difficult to us. Keeping talking about it, one of my favorite scenes was when Larry was at the restroom trying to put some shoe soles in her bra to make her breasts look bigger, but in that moment Jim opened the door of the restroom, making Larry ashamed of it. It was very hilarious. At the other side we had Lauren, a single mom trying to do her best to raise her 2 boys. It was also a difficult task for Lauren to get along with her boys because they needed a father in the house. Situations like sports or masturbation were difficult to manage for Lauren. And I suppose you are asking how these 2 stories merge in one. The thing is that Jim and Lauren were looking for a date, so they go on a blind date, getting to know each other at Hooters. But the day goes really terrible. And days after, Jim and Lauren meet again for pure casualty at the supermarket. Jim was looking for sanitary towels for her sibling Larry, and Lauren was looking for some adults magazine for her biggest boy. And the thing was that neither one or another knew what they were looking for. So Lauren tried to help Jim, and Jim helped Lauren too. The plan was that Jim paid for Lauren things and Lauren paid for Jim things. But in the act, Jim opened his mouth saying that the magazines were for Lauren, making Lauren upset. And then they left the supermarket quickly. Then Jim appears at Lauren's house asking for her credit card that Lauren took for mistake. But Lauren was talking with her friend, and her friend was talking about a trip to Africa with his boyfriend and his 5 children. She didn't want to go on that trip, so she offers Lauren that trip, and Lawrence talked to Jim, and they went to Africa. Jim went to Africa with his 3 girls and Lauren with her 2 boys, but they were supposed to go as one family, so they have a room for them all. They have to share. At first, Lauren's children didn't like Jim, and they didn't to get along with him and his girls, but then he taught them how to play baseball and how to box, gaining them confidence. For Lauren, it was a lot much easier to get along with Jim's girls because she was like the perfect mom that they needed. At the end, they all look like one family, and Lauren and Jim started to like each other. But in the final night at the hotel in Africa, Jim committed a mistake. He couldn't kiss Lauren at the perfect moment. That was the worst moment of the movie. But because of that moment, the end of the movie gets a lot of more interest. When the vacations ended, they all come back to America, and Jim went to Lauren's house trying to fix things, but he gets a big surprise. Lauren's ex was at her house, and he was the one who received Jim, and he tells that Lauren was with him again. So Jim gets disappointed and left Lauren's house without hope. The truth was that Lauren didn't want nothing with his ex. But then the destiny threw another opportunity for Jim, and he went to one of Lauren's boy baseball games to support him. Jim helped the boy to hit the ball for the first time, making the score to win the game. In that moment, Lauren knew that Jim was the father she wanted to her boys. So, in that moment, Lauren and Jim get her first kiss. I laughed a lot with that movie. It's really hilarious, and it also gave us a lesson that in some cases a person can compliment another, and that makes something special, something better. In this case, a family complimented another, creating a bigger and better family. I think it's a movie that all the family can watch together, and I recommend it to laugh a little these days. It was all. Thank you.